with a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Duo Live show here at Learn Crypto. My name is Nick Hellman, aka the Crypto Hitman. The man with the plan, taking us all to Lambo land. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you like daily updates on both crypto and stock, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. We're going to go over a general market outlook first on CoinGecko. We'll have the Todd Father look at the stock indices and the large caps of cryptos, and then we'll fill in with some of the alts based on our previous calls and based off what is going on in the chat box. If there is any news or fundamentals or TA questions you have that you want us to answer, make sure to throw them in the live chat box. Shout out to everybody watching us on Twitter, on Facebook Live, and on YouTube. The only chat box that we really see and interact with the most during the live show is the YouTube chat box. So get over there and use that if you can. What's going on, Todd? Perfect. All right, we look here on CoinGecko. Not too much to get excited about. We can see here down 8.3% for Bitcoin on the week. Ethereum is lagging down 12.3%. This is why alts are also getting hammered as is their daddy, and ETH is underperforming Bitcoin right now. BNB is only down 6.8%, outperforming both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Is the next BSC wave going to happen? BSC and BNB have done immensely well in the face of scrutiny of Binance US, scrutiny of Binance from SEC and others, along with not really being the hype chain. Yes, BSC still exists. Yes, PancakeSwap is still doing well, but you haven't really seen a altcoin season on BSC or a meme season on BSC in quite a while. So for BNB to be this strong and for that network to still be humming with no real new narrative besides, hey, this is the chain for Binance, that is great to see. As you guys have known, if you follow us longer a while, we've made a killing on BNB in the last cycle, getting in at 22 trades on the way up and a dozen trades on the way back, along with Cake down around $1.50 to $2, a dozen trades on the way up and a dozen trades on the way back, and still utilize BSC as one of our preferred networks. So I like that outperformance. And then the worst performer, not too surprising, is Solana. Why isn't this surprising? Well, first of all, it had a massive run off the lows, a little bit manipulated with market makers and OTC sales, but a massive run. Congratulations. They had their conference, all that. But Solana has continued to go down, continued to be congested. And when there's other options like BSC, Base is getting a lot of meme coin hype, Arbitrum, etc., the list goes on. Obviously, people are going to leave that congested area, leave the area that is having racist meme coins, and look for the next opportunity. And that is EVM compatible layer 2s. And that is where we're seeing the attention going over on the base chain right now in that meme ecosystem. As a result, Solana is down 23.1%, underperforming nearly everything over the past 7 days. So if you listen to our show and you got out anywhere up there near the highs, congratulations. I don't think this is a trend that is going to stop anytime soon. We don't use Solana all that much. I just think for new retail investors and ease of use, EVM compatible chains within your MetaMask is going to be the easy option. That is why Coinbase is going to push everyone to Base. That is why some ETH whales are moving over to Arbitrum. And that is why Binance is going to continue to push everybody to BSC. Solana is kind of on its little gate-kept island. Not saying it's going to be completely gone because they are releasing the mobile phone. They have a lot of VCs. They have some hype. Just when your chain is going down, when you have congestion issues, people will go to the greener pasture. And that is the easier greener pasture over on EVM-compatible chains. The biggest winners, not much to talk about. You got WBT up 5%, Ondo up 4.9%, and Leo token up 1.2%. Essentially, everything's in the red for the past 7 days. So congratulations for those of you who have held on tight, who are still in profits, who had some of these green coins. We got to weather this storm. We got to look for some new entries, some new trade setups that I'm sure Todd's about to talk about now. So I guess, Todd, if you want to check your microphone to see if the comment section can hear you on YouTube, and we'll dive right into the indice charts on the stocks, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the big large caps on the cryptos. Try to talk on your chart screen, see if it works over there. All right, let's see. Bill sent that before you messaged, so we'll see. Can anybody hear Todd? All right. Well, I guess if you're not going to work, I guess I can just run through a couple charts. Obviously, these aren't Todd's charts. We can go over some of the alts we looked at and talked about Friday, and we can also look at the Bitcoin levels that I'm looking at, and we'll just have to wrap this up and try to figure out our issues. So if you want to throw me the chart screen. All right, so here we go. We're looking at Bitcoin. We've been looking for the price to continue to fall off here. We haven't had an official buy in Patreon, haven't had an official buy on YouTube just yet. We wanted this high-level consolidation to really hold for level 1. But again, you can see this very important uptrend line here. And really, as long as Bitcoin kind of holds $58,500 to $60,000, the bull case is still in effect for Bitcoin. But right here, still sitting on our hands. Todd hasn't given the buy yet. We do have some lower level buys to pick up if we do see a red bar. And until then, we're going to continue to follow this market down with overhead buys. Now, we have seen that the Hong Kong ETFs for both Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs have been approved. This will bring in buyers. They're thinking 3 billion to 5 billion of demand within the first 3 months. But remember, it does take a couple days for these institutions to position, release their products, and get some AUM from their clients onto the market. So I would expect that would be a catalyst for some buying of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, the cons and the catalysts of selling Bitcoin would be that, of course, of the Iran war that's going on, the uncertainty in the global macroeconomics around the world. And we did see somebody max bidding gold, essentially, when it went to a new high. Was that Iran? Was that China, knowing that war was about to start? I don't know. But obviously, they chose gold over Bitcoin. But again, nothing crazy out of Bitcoin. You shouldn't be leveraged here. You shouldn't have been liquidated on this move. This isn't a big move. And really, there is still a good chart structure here for high-level consolidation if we can hold above that 58.5 to 60,000 level. Let's look at some other things that we talked about on the last show. We were on Friday saying it'll be interesting to see how the crypto stocks perform in the face of the Bitcoin sell-off that happened while the markets are closed. We were looking for lower prices on Coinbase, MicroStrategy, Mara, and Riot. Well, we have gotten it. Coinbase has fallen from $255 down to $214 here. We still don't have an oversold technometer down here. We still don't have an oversold RSI and no bullish divergence in the OP. So for now, we have some patience, and maybe Coinbase will give us an entry around this back up to previous breakout levels here around $188. Let's go over to Floki. Floki here, as you can see, has fallen down in the buy zone that we drew on the last live shows. We talked about it up here. It broke down below this critical uptrend line right into the buy zone. So if you've never owned Floki, this is a good opportunity. We got the oversold technometer to line up with our buy zone. We got the oversold RSI reading to line up with our buy zone. History repeats itself. This may go down to one new minor low, creating a bullish divergence on the RSI, and that will lead to the next move higher as well. OP, we did have a bullish divergence before this last drop up. Of course, that's kind of irrelevant now that we've fallen below the 300 moving average and into this buy zone. Another one that we talked about was Token. So let's pull that up. Token right here into the buy zone. We had a sell up here at 18 cents, just above it. The live show was right around here, 14 cents. We said there will be downward pressure on token with the Bitcoin drop and as well as the staking rewards that are coming out. We said look in this general area, and what do you know? We're right into this buy zone. This big capitulation wick got us oversold on the RSI, oversold on the technometer reading, and from this oversold technometer reading, we saw a pretty massive rally off this wick. It was something like 60% rally from this oversold technometer reading, so that worked out well, and back into this buy zone. So if you're interested in the RWA narrative, if you think this chart structure looks good and you don't own any token, it has backed up to the previous breakout range. It is in the buy zone that we gave you guys on Thursday and Friday of last week in the live show. Two more things to go over before I guess we wrap this up because Todd can't troubleshoot his microphone. We're going to look at the Mara stock, a Bitcoin mining stock. This is one that we sold at higher levels, and these miners are getting absolutely obliterated. On Friday, we said these were underperforming Coinbase and MicroStrategy, looking for lower levels. We've fallen below the 300 moving average. We do not have an oversold technometer yet, but we are seeing this oversold RSI. I would expect a potential rally and then another drop leading to another new low, get a bullish divergence on the RSI, and then the oh-so-coveted oversold reading on the technometer, giving us another buy entry leading into their earnings that is occurring on May 8th, that I think that will be a positive earnings beat, and we see a rally that we could sell for some profits. MicroStrategy, I drew this head and shoulders on Friday. What do you know? Neckline gave away, and we are trending towards our targets. Target number 1 is $1,039. Target number 2 is $825, currently sitting at $1,267. That might seem far-fetched, but if stocks take some more wood, if Bitcoin breaks down towards 60,000, I think those targets will be met, and we'll see a great buying opportunity back up to, again, the previous breakout level, get an oversold technometer, and be very oversold on the RSI, leading into their next earnings call on April 30th. And then lastly, let's look at Riot. This is a Bitcoin miner as well, and what do you know? Massive underperformance, took out the previous lows well below the 300 moving average. Now we are super oversold on the RSI, almost the most oversold we've been since the great bullish divergence buying opportunity back in September, and the technometer is getting close to the oversold levels that we see historically on Riot. So Riot is closer to a buy than Mara at this time. It is underperforming, but it does have earnings on May 8th. Again, I think these earnings will be good for these miners. Why? Bitcoin price was high, Bitcoin transactions were high, and the fees generated by ordinals was high, which gets passed on to the miners. That coupled with positive Bitcoin price action, and I think we get another trade and a potential rally up to around $12 on Riot, which from these levels, even if I'm hoping we get in lower, but from these levels, that would be a 48% trade in the stock market, which is very good gains for those who get spoiled here over in the crypto market. That's really all I had to cover. You want to try it? All right, go ahead. Todd just changed the settings. Can you guys hear him or no? All right, and then okay, and then the last thing I will say is Gora. Shout out to our sponsor, Gora Network. They continue to build a great levels of support and working to higher prices. We are in Gora at 16 cents, 18 cents, 20 cents, 24 cents, all the way up here, 36 cents, and now we're sitting at 51 cents. They are launching their EVM compatible token April 19th, and they will be launching a marketing campaign along with Gora DeFi and a Gora Launchpad over on Algorand. So impressive price action. You want to be buyers of these strong assets on these market dips. Gora fits that, and Todd has talked a lot about the technical analysis. If you want to see an in-depth TA chart on this, check out Todd's Twitter or my Twitter because I retweeted his post. I think that's really all we're going to be able to do until we figure out Todd's mic. Wanted to get on here, do a quick rundown of Bitcoin and some of the other altcoins that we're talking about. And hopefully you guys hit that like, share, subscribe button. Tune in to the next live show that will be occurring around this time tomorrow. If you like daily updates on crypto and stock technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news, right here, I Learn Crypto.
We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.